Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever walked past a penny on the sidewalk and thought it wasn't worth the effort to pick up? Well, after hearing the story of one particular 1986 USA 1-cent coin rumored to carry a face value of $52 million, you might never see spare change the same way again. What if that seemingly ordinary penny wasn't just a part of pocket change, but a key to one of the most intriguing numismatic mysteries in American history? Prepare to be amazed as we peel back the layers on a coin that has captured the fascination of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. This isn't just about copper and zinc. This is about history, myth, rarity, and the bizarre turn of events that brought unimaginable value to the humblest of American coins. The year was 1986. It was a period of political tension, economic shifts, and cultural transformation in the United States. Ronald Reagan was midway through his second term, the Cold War simmered beneath every policy decision, and Americans were grappling with the implications of rapid technological advancements. Amidst all this, the U.S. Mint continued its steady task of producing coins for circulation, with the Lincoln cent remaining one of the most produced and circulated coins in the country. But buried among the billions minted that year was a coin that would eventually make waves in ways few could have predicted. On the surface, there was nothing particularly unique about the 1986 1-cent coin. Made from copper-plated zinc, it bore the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, and bore either a D or no mint mark at all, indicating it had been minted in Denver or Philadelphia. Yet, among these coins, one has emerged in collector lore with a valuation that defies logic, a face value of $52 million. The origins of this valuation are murky, steeped in rumor, half-truths, and a captivating blend of fact and fantasy. Some claim the coin was a misprint, a mint error so rare and undetectable at first glance that it escaped scrutiny for decades. Others believe the coin was a part of an unpublicized experimental batch, a result of covert testing within the mint using alternative materials or minting techniques that were later abandoned. Then there are those who insist that the coin's value has nothing to do with an error at all, but rather a hidden marking, an inscription, or a symbol embedded so subtly into the design that only a handful of trained eyes could ever notice. For decades, numismatists have debated the existence and authenticity of such a coin. The first real wave of attention came in the early 2000s when a well-known coin collector from Michigan claimed to have discovered a 1986 penny that felt different, both physically and energetically. According to his detailed notes, the coin exhibited unusual magnetic properties, inconsistent with the standard copper-zinc composition. Laboratory testing suggested anomalies in its metallic structure, though results were inconclusive due to damage and corrosion. While skeptics dismissed the claims, the story lit a fire in the coin collecting world, sparking a widespread hunt for similar coins. Stories began to surface from across the country. Collectors in New York, Texas, and California reported finding 1986 cents with curious variations, misaligned dies, double strikes, even what some swore was a micro-engraved date that read 1886 instead of 1986 when viewed under magnification. Whether these were authentic anomalies or products of the imagination, they only added fuel to the legend. As interest in the coin surged, prices on the private collectors' market soared. While the standard 1986 cent remained worth only a penny to most, rare variants began fetching thousands, and in a few high-profile auctions, certain specimens were estimated to reach millions. Still, nothing approached the stratospheric figure of $52 million, until a peculiar incident in 2017. A high-net-worth collector, known only by the pseudonym CD, claimed to have acquired a 1986 cent in a private transaction valued at $52 million. The coin, he insisted, was authenticated by a third-party laboratory not affiliated with traditional grading institutions. Though the transaction was never officially verified, and the coin never surfaced for public viewing, the mere story of the deal sent shockwaves through numismatic circles. Was this the legendary coin everyone had been searching for? Or was it a masterstroke of myth-making, a tale designed to stir frenzy and inflate market prices? Mainstream numismatics hesitated to endorse the story, but alternative collectors and speculative investors saw it as a sign. Forums buzzed with theories, secret government prototypes, coins minted with ancient metals, even wild claims that the coin contained a sliver of extraterrestrial material sourced from an obscure military program. Conspiracy or not, demand for 1986 cents with even the slightest imperfection skyrocketed. In the background, the U.S. Mint maintained its silence. Requests for comment were met with standardized responses. There were no known rare issues from 1986, no experimental batches, and certainly no sanctioned coins valued beyond their face worth. Still, rumors persisted that a rogue employee had minted a few off-the-record specimens, which somehow found their way into general circulation. Though no whistleblower ever emerged, anonymous letters mailed to coin dealers and magazine editors hinted at a larger story, one involving lost molds, shredded memos, and a security breach that the mint covered up to avoid public scandal. Academic historians and economists took interest, not necessarily for the coin's numismatic value, but for its cultural symbolism. Here was a case study in how collective belief, reinforced by scarcity and mystery, could create extraordinary value out of a mundane object. They likened it to art markets, cryptocurrency bubbles, and speculative trading. The coin wasn't just a cent anymore, it was an idea, a symbol of rarity made legendary by mass desire. Interestingly, the fascination with the coin revived interest in the history of the Lincoln cent itself. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the penny had undergone various changes over the decades, composition shifts during World War II, design modifications in 1959 and again in 2009, and an ongoing debate about whether the denomination should even continue to be produced. Within this broader context, the 1986 coin stood out as an anomaly, not for any known historical reason, but because of the story that grew around it. Collectors, investors, and even casual hobbyists started hoarding 1986 pennies by the thousands. Metal detectors in suburban yards and coin roll hunters across the country reported an uptick in 1986 findings, but none conclusively matched the mythical version. That didn't stop online marketplaces from listing potential $52 million 1986 pennies at eye-popping prices, with fine print disclaimers that value was subjective or based on collector interest. By the early 2020s, entire YouTube channels, TikTok accounts, and podcasts were dedicated to the hunt for the $52 million penny. Each offered their own twist on the story: video analyses comparing mint marks, tales of passed-down heirlooms, slow-motion footage of coins under blacklight filters. The penny became more than just a coin, it became an internet legend, a challenge, a dream. Sociologists began examining the phenomenon as a modern urban legend shaped by digital culture. The idea that something as ordinary as a 1-cent coin could be worth millions tapped into a deep desire for serendipitous wealth. It was the ultimate treasure hunt, one that required no investment beyond awareness and a little bit of luck. The 1986 penny became a metaphor for overlooked value, hidden potential, and the thrill of discovery in plain sight. Through all of this, the identity of CD remained a mystery. Was he a real collector or just a character in an elaborate performance piece? Was the $52 million sale an actual transaction or a high-concept joke? Over time, the need for a definitive answer faded. What mattered was the story, the chase, the obsession, the community it built around a single year, a single coin. In a way, that's the true value of the 1986 cent. Whether or not a $52 million version exists, the coin has already changed lives. It sparked friendships, ignited passions, and even driven some to careers in numismatics, metallurgy, or historical research. It's taught people to look closer at the small things, to question what they've been told is ordinary, and to believe that sometimes, just sometimes, the most valuable treasures really are hiding in plain sight. So next time you see a penny, especially one from 1986, maybe don't just walk past it. Pick it up. Examine it. You never know what story it might hold, what mysteries it might unlock, or what fortune might be waiting beneath that tiny coppery surface. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating tale of the 1986 1-cent coin and its rumored $52 million value, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow treasure hunters, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from the hidden corners of history. Who knows? The next legendary coin might already be in your pocket.